Shit. What's going on, folks?
Folks, Gamescom 2021 on the docket. Gabe, how you feeling about this?
I'm feeling good. I think we're gonna see some Forza.
I think we're gonna see some Starfield.
We're gonna see some
Plane banks to the right and flies past
Halo stuff. I got my Skyrim shirt on.
Jeez, you got your Halo mug. Whew.
An animated sequence
I have the
depicts
sweet
a large
memories
dark orb
of all the
rising
Xbox
and
Games
glowing
Pass
with a
rushing
bright
through my
green
mind
X.
right now. But all I
Gamescom
want,
2021 Xbox stream.
is some stream.
Hello,
Starfield.
everyone.
We got Paris Lilly here. We got
The Vicious,
Gamescom
the man Vicious himself, Yellow Chair Man. Let's go.
We've got so many great
Aren't you a
game
Yellow Chair
updates
guy
to
too
share
yourself?
with
I
you.
am a Yellow Chair
guy. Yellow Chair Club?
Psychonauts 2, my
Psychonauts
personal
2, ooh,
favorite
ooh,
Microsoft
ooh.
Flight Simulator.
Later on, we'll take an extended look at Forza Horizon 5. There's
Oh,
so
word,
much
me and her got
going
the same
into
haircut.
this,
I just
and
got a haircut.
Playground
It
Games
seems like we have the same
Mexico
one.
is muy
Pretty dope.
bonito.
And we'll be getting our first look at the cover car for the game, Paris. I got $5 on it being one of those electric scooters that you see piled
Oh, and
up.
shout
on
out
the
Hideo
sidewalk.
Kojima for your birthday, bro.
$5
I just saw that on my
Guess
feed.
we're about to find out.
Yes,
Happy
indeed.
birthday,
Our
bro.
Xbox Plays team will also chat with devs and deep dive into current and upcoming games all week on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Let's get started with Techland and their upcoming zombie parkour sequel, Dying Light 2: Stay Human.
A black
Dying Light
screen
2?
reads, Techland presents Dying Light 2, Stay Human.
Hello, I am Timon Smektawa, Dying Light 2 lead game designer, and this is David Lubryka, animation director. Hi. We can't wait until December 7th to finally give you Dying Light 2 Stay Human, the game we have been working on really hard for the last few years.
We're hoping the gameplay video you're about to watch will give you a foretaste of parkour and combat systems waiting for you in the game.
And we are just about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of things you can use to your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two. Ready? Let's go!
Let's go.
Sometimes I wonder what this city looked like before all this.
Jeez. Jeez,
Probably
big thing. Jeez.
like many others. People had their ambitions, plans, lives.
Is that Troy Baker?
Now it's all gone.
Mm-hmm.
The virus.
Oh, sounds like
started,
it. Every white
but it was
dude
the
in
people who
voice
made the
acting
world the
sounds
way
like
it
Troy
is.
Baker.
This city.
Or Troy
Villador.
Baker sounds like every white dude in voice
They tell me
acting.
they had a vision,
It's true.
Know your limit, play within it, man. He's doing it.
but soon one vision broke into many different ones.
A man gets up from the ground and runs. Several zombies chase after the man. A massive creature with large hands breaks through a wall.
We got the audio descriptors
Instead
on.
of fighting
It's a little
together,
immersive breaking for me, but it's not about me. It's about the folks at home. Enjoy this.
war broke out.
Oh, shit.
Was it a little bird? Met a broken leg?
Hope died.
A character slides from one rooftop on a rope towards another.
Whoa.
A large building explodes.
Now the city is falling.
Each time we strike down an enemy, we absorb their strength.
Jeez.
But I can't let that happen. At least, not yet.
The character leaps onto a zombie and out of a window.
I need the secrets this city holds. Fuck!
Hey! Still some rats here!
The character
Actually looking
jumps and
forward
swings
to
through a
Dying
shed.
Light 2.
I am, because I really enjoyed Mirror's Edge, and that's a sick, like, parkour heavy,
The character
story-driven
slides and swings
gameplay.
from posts
Now I'm
near a
getting this
building.
with sick-ass zombies in it. I didn't play the first one.
He
I'm
jumps
here
into a
to
room.
shape this city,
Let's check and see.
you know? Really hope the gangs, like, supposed to be a big change when the gangs show up and around. I want to see that.
They say that great change.
Oh, that's why I couldn't hear anything. It was
It's
kind
a
of muted
series
for
of
the
small
audio
gestures.
description.
Ooh.
How about
Classic.
this series?
Put some subtitles on there. Oh no. Good melee.
This guy's got the brass knuckle? It's these wild jumps, bro.
That's what I'm saying. We need that power strike on the
Really
ground?
gone.
I don't know.
We'll see about that.
It ain't that
Well,
human.
that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timo?
That's pretty fucking dope.
Did you notice those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large billboards? That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
And it's a very unique design, one very important for the plot of Dying Light 2. But there's another thing that stood out to me, all those parkour moves that you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number of parkour moves compared to the first game.
Jeez.
And we are showing some of them in this trailer.
2 times
The vault
parkour.
kicks
That's
being
2 legs
the
per
most
parkour. That's
important
4
to me
legs worth of
personally.
power you got going on
It
right
brings
there.
a
That's
whole
crazy.
new fighting style into the game. The player can stagger an enemy and use them to perform further attacks. For example, by rebounding from their bodies, jumping of them onto other foes, and so on.
I think we captured the movement really well and made it quite simple for the players to perform. I can't wait for them to try it out and tell for themselves how much they loved it.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have done before, improving its verticality. Players will need to find a way to reach those tall skyscrapers and other challenging spots too.
Then it's good we scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider, which can support players in both parkouring and combat.
Exactly, and it's gonna do great, especially in fights against humans, which are more frequent and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years since the events from the first game, so people adjusted. They are
that's pretty
much
interesting.
bolder now,
I like that gap
at
in
least
time.
during the day.
And they are more vicious too.
And I think that's a great summary of this discussion. Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore its vast, complex world on December 7th. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Wait, do we know when it's coming out though?
For
Supposed
the
to
first
be
time in the storied history of the
September, October?
franchise, Microsoft Flight
No,
Simulator
November
launched on a home console
2022.
with
I
the
feel like
release
some
on
that's either
Xbox
really
Series
close or
X
like it's into
and S
well next
last
year.
month.
I think it might be
Reviewers
into
and
well
gamers
next year
alike
actually.
were blown
too.
away
Yeah.
by how well the stunning visuals and the depth
Yeah,
of
big
the
ups for my
simulation
guy, bro. Big
translated
ups
to
for
the
I won't even
console,
lie. Like
and that's why
he gets
I'm
some shit
extremely
online. I throw him
honored
some shit
to welcome
online
the
too
head
as
of
well, but
Microsoft
he's
Flight
doing some great
Simulator,
stuff. I love
York Newman
love
to the
seeing him do his
stream.
thing.
York,
Vicious.
thank you for being here. The last time we met was at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it was getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the Xbox console launch was really just amazing. Both from Xbox gamers and from the press, they've been so gracious with their feedback. I don't know if you know, but Flight Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great validation that the translation of the simulation to the console has really worked well. Our usage numbers are through the roof. We are absolutely shattering franchise records, and I can tell you there have never been more people playing Flight Simulator than right now. So it's an awesome time.
That is
What else is there
awesome.
to play, Gabe?
Congratulations on the launch, really. But
Yeah, play 12 minutes.
All right.
Top Gun. Let's talk about that Top Gun update.
Zone. So what's going on with
I almost
Top
go to the
Gun?
danger
There's
zone.
so
huh?
much going on, Paris. So you and I talked about Top Gun Maverick earlier. The fans are super
You play Ace
excited. They saw
Combat
the
6 on
FAT. They
PlayStation.
can't
You're
wait to
good.
start flying.
Got it.
And
Sony's
as you know,
got
it comes out later this year as free DLC alongside the movie. But as the movie is still under wraps, so are we. So I can still not tell you that much about it. But there's so much else going on even before Maverick. So we are continuing to do our monthly big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month, on September 7th, we are launching World Update 6. And this world update, I mean, at the beginning of the show, if you remember, there was a little red plane flying into Cologne. Well, we did that because World Update 6 updates that region, the region of Gamescom. So Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And what that means to us is we have new aerial and satellite images. We have a new elevation map that helps us with the mountains. So the Alps actually look awesome now. We have new 3D cities like Frankfurt and Wuppertal in Germany. We have Basel in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria, and those cities look just amazing.
Is that what that shit looks
They have
like
like
for
7
realsies?
centimeters resolution, and it's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
But we want to celebrate the entire region, so we picked 100 of the most
Is that
scenic
the Eagle's
places,
Nest?
the most famous landmarks.
Is that Hitler's?
And we call those POIs, and we sort of spread them throughout the simulation. And we also added airports. We did Lübeck and Stuttgart in Germany, and Klagenfurt in Austria, and St. Gallen in Switzerland. And And what it ties it all together is missions. We're having new discovery flights, we have new landing challenges, and we have new sort of tours of the country. So they fly you around all the awesome looking places and really celebrate the beauty of this region of Earth. And this is a celebration of DACH, of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I'm so happy to be able to announce the date here at Gamescom.
You know, that is really incredible, all the different regions and everything that you're going to have in the game, and the way that you're going to be able to actually highlight those.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. But you know, for us, it's actually not just the region and the visuals. We talked a lot when you study aviation, when you love aviation like we do, you actually realize that a lot of regions of Earth have a very special relationship with flying, with aviation. Sometimes it's, you know, the first experiments with aircraft, or a famous pilot, or a feat of aviation, or like a local manufacturer. So we thought to ourselves, why do we not use these world updates to celebrate the planes? So we are announcing a new series. We call them Local Legends. And think about that as planes that are locally well known, like in that region, but outside in the world, not so much. Yeah. But why not use the world updates to highlight this, to bring these awesome machines to a worldwide audience? So for World Update 6, we picked a German plane from the 1930s. It's called Junkers U-52. In Germany, it's lovingly named Tante U, so Aunt U. And we think of us as sort of a digital preservation. So we really want to get these planes to an extreme level of detail. We're going out of our way to really go deep. So we're doing a full scan. We take full scans of the outside and the inside, as detailed as 1 millimeter, which is as good as you can really do this. And then we're working with, for the Junkers, we work with Bernd Junkers, who is the grandson of the original creator of the plane, Hugo Junkers. And he's helping us. He had a ton of insight and materials. Then we worked with an organization that is preserving one of the last surviving examples of the Junkers. So they let us scan and take photographs. And then we were lucky that to find a pilot that actually flew one of those planes while it was still flying in the real world. And he lets us know, like, is the cockpit right and the sounds right? Does it feel right in the air? So we're having a blast working with these experts to really to celebrate this plane, to bring them back to life.
So this is almost like you're creating like a digital museum for aviation inside Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically that. It's a museum with flyable planes. So we're working with 40 museums around the world. And it's honestly one of the funnest parts of the job. You end up working with these curators of planes. These are their babies. And they sort of see the tooth of time in the real world sort of nagging on their remaining planes. And they're so happy when we come in with our scanning equipment and we're basically capturing their planes. They know that
boring,
we can
buddy.
preserve
Unless you're gonna show me some Wright Brothers ass plane, or like one of like Leonardo da Vinci's fucking concepts and shit.
And it's a great collaboration. And we're actually not just looking back in the history of aviation, we're also looking towards the future. So I have another announcement.
I don't know how much more I can.
We are working with a
try to delve into the
German
actual
company called Volocopter.
History of aviation.
And they're making an eVTOL air taxi for urban traffic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They have a vision of the future,
like
how
these
drone
this is cool.
machines
kind of VTOL, kind of helicopter taxi thing.
That's going to be the future,
with
buddy.
The engineering team to make sure that we are capturing their plane.
Like, oh shit, I gotta go catch my VTOL.
In the flight simulator. Yes. That's coming out in November.
Guys taking up the elevator. Boop.
I mean, you weren't kidding when you're saying that there's a lot going on inside of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, there's one more thing.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to announce that we've partnered with RARA. That's the Reno Air Racing Association. And every year they put on something called the Steel National Championship Air Race. And we're bringing this to Flight Simulator. So this is the fastest motorsport. This is right down your alley. It's the fastest motorsport on Earth. And I actually brought you a little trailer to look at.
So race, speed. We go into the danger zone, baby. Let's go ahead and show that.
Jeez.
Cheesy ass. It's that shit that Red Bull does, right? The Red Bull.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Next. Get my Starfield.
You know I like going fast, and you know I love being in the danger zone. When is this coming out?
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour, 50 to 250 feet above the ground. So you are definitely going to be in the danger zone. I mean, without going into too much detail, this Reno Air Race is actually the largest expansion we have since we launched on Flight Simulator. It's not just because we scanned all the famous race planes of the world, there's lots of them. This is also the first time when you can basically race against your friends and pilots across the planet. And so a competitive multiplayer is coming to Microsoft.
How many
Flight
Microsoft
Simulator.
Flight Simulators have there been? And they're telling me it's the first time you actually race planes with somebody else.
This is coming out.
It took to the year
this fall, so it's
2021
right
to be
around the
like,
corner.
maybe motherfuckers would like to be racing each other in these things,
I have
right?
Need for speed,
How the hell would
so
you?
I can't
You're
wait
actually just
to get my
playing
hands on this and
as a
participate
pilot right
in
now.
some of
Then.
these air races.
Not even racing
Awesome,
with
man.
each
We
other.
got you covered.
All right, thank you.
That's fucked.
If going fast on the ground is more your speed, keep an eye out for an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 later on in the stream. We'll also talk with Wasteland 3's game director about the game's next big DLC. But first, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great news for you.
Whoa. Free games.
Looks like shit. Looks like shit. That was okay. No, looks like shit. Here we go.
Yeah,
Shit, mash up.
I would not be playing for these.
Definitely not
anyways.
playing this game. Actually, that was kind of
Yeah,
fun.
I might play
actually.
this,
They're not gonna play that game either.
I probably.
Could this go on? This might be able to go
This
on.
looks like it'll go on.
This looks like go on. Oh, those little Sifu moves. I already got finesse with the dodgeball game already, guys. We already got one of those already, buddy. It's one for every 5 years. I'm too young for this, actually. I know, don't care about these games. It's like Marie Kondo's game. She put up Marie Kondo. Does it spark joy? No? Dash it. This game does not spark joy. This could be some cool ass Dead Space shit. I'm down. Silent Hill, but in space? No. Pretty sure it's Sleeping Dogs match with Ace Attorney.
Looked like it.
Nice try. That's dope. I don't even know which one's which anymore. The titles.
Yep, somehow they did it. They
Yeah, hit 'em with
added
that button
even
real
more
quick.
games to Game Pass. But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4
Hot.
with the game's creative director.
Doo-doo.
And we're going to see what's next for it.
Well, hit him
Sea
with
of
another one,
Thieves.
because I tell him
But
right now, it's gonna be
it's a
hot
new
doo-doo butt cakes
roguelike
majority of
retro
those
shooter that
games.
in grand retro
You know it's
fashion
not gonna be treated.
sends you plundering through shifting dungeons to defeat a mysterious eldritch terror. Let's dive into the pit.
Into the what?
Into the Pit. It's a DLC from Fallout 3.
Why does it look like a PS2 game?
Because they're trying to hide bad art behind cell shading. That's how they do it nowadays. It's the Borderlands technique. Bad art style, go cell shading on it. People think it's cool and indie. Nope.
Yeah, it's gonna be pass
Nope.
for me.
Hot garbage. You know what you do? You take this game, you take it off of Xbox. What you do? You wait for the PSVR 2 to come out. You throw it on the PSVR 2. Boom, you got yourself a good VR classic right there. All right? That's what you do. You're
Well,
getting those
I
free
am
tips.
here with creative director of World's Edge, Adam Eisgren. And Adam, I'm so excited to talk Age 4, of course, because you've brought something a little different and very
AoE
special.
4?
Yeah, I have. So, so far we've been showing everyone kind of what Age looks like from in the game. When you're playing it, you've gotten to see a lot of footage of that. And we've also shown a little bit of our campaigns, right, through when we unveiled the 100 Years' War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
See, you do this to me. You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it.
Well,
Let's hear more.
Okay, wait, you get one moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called Hands-on Histories. And what they are is a great way to like deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures.
I realize I gotta look this way,
just from
so I'm looking
history.
at your box.
Well, I hear you've actually brought one of those segments that you're going to share here
Now
for
I'm
the
looking at
very
your
first
box.
time.
Yes,
I look at you.
We are
I'm not
going
looking
to
at you.
show you the segment
Now I'm looking
on
at you.
one of the most popular units from Age of Empires franchise and a fan favorite, the Trebuchet.
Excellent. Well,
The
this I
trebuchet.
got to see. Let's take a look.
A counterweight trebuchet was the king of all siege engines. A catapult capable of smashing down castle walls from great distances. At Warwick Castle in England, they've
You gotta
built
bring
a
the
replica,
trebuchet. You gotta
one of
bring
the
the
largest
rocks.
in
You
the
gotta
world.
cut the rocks the right size. You can't just be throwing rocks
Originating in
willy-nilly. You
7th
gotta know how
century
heavy
China,
it is.
By the 13th century,
it's a
trebuchets
lot
had
to do. It's
evolved
just a big
into
to do.
devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has several key features. A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling to hold the projectile at the other. To prime, the 6-ton weight is raised using tread wheels.
So this is one of the wheels, one of 2 that's attached to an axle, which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons. It's based on muscle power alone. What's essential about launching a projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight and by launching the projectile from a sling. When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing the launch speed. Trebuchets were carefully aimed, like modern guns.
In order to weaken the castle walls or even breach them, you had to make sure that the projectiles hit the same spot every single time.
For each projectile to follow the same trajectory,
So I'm
they
saying,
all had
man,
to
have
be the
carve
same weight and shape.
those shots.
To achieve this, masons used a gauge.
And they're one-shot things too, my guy.
Now, I'm
Like
gonna
you're not gonna go
load
run.
this
Yeah,
projectile
yo, bring that
into
back.
the
Bring that
sling.
shit back.
This one must weigh about.
Yeah, I didn't really take it in like that.
Yeah, like-
I'll have to be the same.
You have to keep making them over and over and over again. They're one shots. It's always one shot.
Trebuchets were also used to throw burning tar, beehives, even dead bodies.
That's what I'd throw. I'd
Anything
throw
to
beehives
cause
and dead
maximum
bodies.
distress to the enemy.
Some Africanized bees. Just flip them over. Not taking that time to break down the walls.
Hear that?
Forever.
It was the counterweight trebuchet's lethal combination of power and accuracy that made it the ultimate medieval siege weapon.
The thing that's fucked is that like Total War
You know, I'm gonna
series
say
has so ruined me as far as what sort of combat I
Don't care,
want
'cause
for
that
my
is
strategy
awesome. And
games.
remarkably
That
unique,
like
something you don't see
Age
in
of
games very
Empires,
often.
I know it's very
Yeah, so,
technical.
you know,
It
one of
can
the
get very
things when we
technical,
were looking
but
at
like
what we were gonna do
I'm not
with
using
Age of
trebuchets the same
Empires
way. It's just like,
there's a
all right,
phrase
cool. I
I'm
got
really
catapult,
fond of,
which
which
means
is
this has this
history
much
is always
damage. It's more like a
interesting to people who
damage
taught it to you.
number factor.
Total War,
You
you
can say
got
that
like
about any
boots on the
subject,
ground.
Yeah,
parts,
bro. I got.
right? Yeah.
I think the
You
great
have
thing
the
is
view,
you have someone
the
so
generals wish they
enthusiastic.
had.
Yeah,
Real shit. It's a real
Really
BC
comes
battles.
from-
You know what I
we wanted
mean?
to Be that kind of teacher.
Oh
for
no,
history.
wrong show. Fuck.
And there's
yeah,
a phrase
I'm,
called humanized
it's just
history
too
that we
different,
use to kind of
you know?
describe what
It's
we try
that
to
in
do, which is we
between
try to, like, connect
civilization
past and present. And you can see that
to
kind of in
Total
our
War.
briefings
Total War
as
is
well, where we've
perfected.
got like real stuff,
sort
with,
of
like, the CG
RTS
kind of
combat.
overlaid to show you the history. And so for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So ourselves and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK called Lion TV, and they've done production on an amazing amount of
Lion
shows
with
and
Y.
documentaries for the BBC and won every award you can imagine for media. And they travel to all of these locations in all these different countries to meet with these subject matter experts and get all of this great footage on how things really worked and how things were made. And it's been delightful to kind of go through that process and, get all these and finally start showing them to everyone.
I love it. Now, you also, of course, you've got a bunch, as you mentioned, of these hands-on history segments. Anything else that you can tell us fans about what we can expect, looking forward to? Any favorites you got coming up?
Oh, well, favorites. Oh, man. Well, I think my personal favorite is one called Medieval Surgery.
Okay.
And I'm going to let your imagination go with what we might show and what we might talk about in that one.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about them is that they go all over the place. So, we've got ones on warfare and castle building and like how they kept flaming arrows from not going out when she shot them. And but we've also got all of these ones on, like illuminated history and falconing and, like horse taming, armor creation. And there's even one on Mongolian instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments, we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing as them in the campaign.
Pretty informative there.
I mean, I just love the behemoth amount of history that you guys. Age of Empires always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way, and I also love to mention this to people that
Not as much as Total
you
War,
and the
but
team
okay,
do
pretty good.
so much research, and it's so great to see this approach being used in a hands-on history kind of segment. But I mean, what was that approach like to sort of sell going forward, especially since it's such a unique in-game experience?
Well, the cool thing was it was there from day one. It was one of the things I was really wanted to do is try to tell these stories in a different way. And but I'll tell you, full disclosure, it's been insane.
Yeah, honestly, no, I gotta get comfy with these things. There's a lot of information, buddy.
A game, right? History for a game, but
I got my Star Wars sakis on. These are actually some pretty sick ones. Forget the brand, but definitely send us some more.
And every time we've tried to show, we've shown the campaigns or we've shown these hands-on histories, I've been like, oh God, it's gonna work? Like, people gonna like this? And the great thing is so far, everyone that's really experienced the entire thing put together has just been like, wow, this is great. And it's so different and kind of cool and refreshing. So, so far so good, right? But yeah, it's been a journey, to get all this done and put the whole game together.
Well, I love that you mentioned Journey because we are coming towards the end of this development journey for
This
Age
is 90
4.
minutes.
Talk to me about where people can find and learn more about Age of
I
Empires
probably have to
4.
dip
I know
out
they're all
halfway through.
Oh, well, October 28th, we are launching the game.
Got an outing.
You can go to ageofempires.com to learn more about the
28th.
title. And if you're really excited, right now you can go onto the Microsoft Store or Steam, pre-order the game right now. And of course, we will be there day one, Xbox Game Pass for PC as well. So anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing. But
yes, I believe you are a part of something very special.
Yes, so Gamescom opening night live. Yes. 11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there. So if you're a fan, you probably should tune in.
A bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much. Adam, thank you so much for joining us here.
Always a pleasure, Kate.
Always a pleasure. Age of Empires 4 looks fantastic, so I cannot wait. October 28th, neither should you. Now we have tons coming up here today, including a new update for State of Decay 2 and an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 with our friends at Playground Games. But now, let's catch up with Paris, who's gone from flying the skies in Microsoft Flight Sim to a different kind of cloud.
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already available on Windows PCs, mobile phones, and tablets. And now, it's coming to Xbox consoles. The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out of hard drive space, no waiting to patch, and no buying a new console just to play with your friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming will bring people together.
Talking shit, bud? I don't believe in cloud gaming.
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together
I got
to me
PlayStation
really
now, and I'll
show
tell you right
the
now,
future
it's
where you
not
can
the
pick
flex,
up
buddy.
something and you can play
Like,
it
I used to like it for a
anywhere,
hot
and you could do it
minute.
quickly.
For some reason, the gaming's just not, like, unless you can find a game to download straight up, streaming has not been as enjoyable as I want it to be. Now I'm wired in. Like, I'm wired in, bro. Like, there should be I should have no issues. But I still find myself having some issues. I don't know where it is.
So good.
Games are large and you want to keep the ones that you know you love on your hard drive. Xbox Cloud Gaming is about being able to discover the new ones right away. It's super exciting that for our Game Pass Ultimate members, they will get to experience Xbox Cloud Gaming on whatever console they have.
Cloud gaming is really about looking at how people play differently. I know me in particular, sometimes I just have 20 minutes.
It should be as easy as finding the game that you look for on your console and just jumping right in.
We're targeting 1080p at 60 frames per second.
What's crazy about this is like the latency. This is the kind of stuff you need with cloud gaming.
Oh, 60 frames? That's actually very smooth.
The process itself to get into cloud gaming feels like you're playing on console, right? You go, you find the game you want, you press play.
It's so easy nowadays. You can pick up any device and pretty much play any Xbox game on Game Pass.
If my friends have titles that I don't have yet, I can just wait for them to send me an invite. It makes content just so much more accessible.
Damn, that is true.
I really love the flexibility.
Well, who says it's going to be on that though?
Everything that Xbox is doing
it's going to always be in the cloud gaming.
getting
Every
rid
single
of the
Xbox game is going to be within
on a
cloud gaming as well
specific
too.
platform or a specific console,
Cap.
on PC. And
Well,
mobile,
yeah, they're
and
bringing
now
cloud gaming
on
to
Gen 8.
Really?
Yeah, so every
Gen 8
game,
consoles can play Gen 9 content. Isn't that so cool?
They're just funneling it in, aren't they?
It's cool too, because like, say if you're just jigging off like the base model Xbox, like the Xbox
the Gen 8
Yeah.
customers, the Xbox
you'll be able
One
to run
customers
like the
to
newest
play
fucking Forza
games
or
that their
whatever,
hardware
you know?
wouldn't have been able to play
Really?
without it.
That's
There's
forwards
so
and
much
backwards
opportunity
compatibility.
when it comes to thinking about how we can make content more readily available and let people
Shut me
play
up.
where they want to. Sign me up. I'm ready for cloud gaming right now. Let's do it. When's the release date? When does it release?
So I don't have to get Series X. I can just get Series S.
Essentially.
Save my money.
August 9th saw the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Xbox Series S and X. With beautiful
that
and rich
game?
visuals,
I
thanks to
haven't
the
played it
addition
yet.
of ray tracing and improved materials alongside performance updates, this is the perfect opportunity to relive Senua's journey or experience it for the first time. And if you haven't played this, do
Like a
yourself a
lot
favor,
more
grab a pair of headphones
emotional
and
God
immerse
of
yourself
War.
into this world.
Agreed.
War
Speaking of unique
PTSD.
experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Plays team will be taking a
it's
look
Ninja
at some
Theory. It's the
ideas
same
Xbox
guys who
titles
did
over the
Heavenly
next
Sword,
few
yeah.
days,
Heavenly Sword was a good game. I
12
like that
minutes
one.
and the big con.
They're
Short.
also talking with developers
Sweet,
from
good
Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, and Destiny 2. So join the live Q&A to get your burning questions answered.
Is the
You can
Q&A
catch all of
guy
those
going to be
streams
there
on
for 12 minutes? Because I got to ask him
twitch.tv/Xbox.
about that ending.
Facts.
of
Ask him
Forza
what's going on in his
Horizon
mind.
5,
Is he okay, buddy?
Playground Games
Like,
will give
is
us an
this-
extended look at
So
the
the experience, or yeah,
That
So how many times you
includes
watched Old Boy
never
before you made
before
this?
seen areas of the game map,
You
plus
nasty
cars
ass.
that have never been in the Forza franchise before. I've loved everything I've seen of Forza Horizon 5 so far, and I can't wait. Now, Kate, there's more games to check out, right?
Well, right, you are, Paris.
that
Let's talk
Wastelanders
Wasteland
3?
3.
Yeah.
Their newest DLC introduces us to a new cult. The Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Is this Fallout?
So here's the thing. Yeah.
No, it's not
No, it's
Fallout.
not. But it is. It's like the old school Fallout top down, how Fallout 1 and 2 were, but totally different story, totally different world. Same shit though. I don't care what you say. Same shit.
Devolved into the mutations
Yeah.
you see before you.
I don't know what stopped me from playing it. Clearly because it's isometric and top down. But I feel like I might enjoy it if I did actually give it a try.
Detonation's
I'm skeptical.
life-giving glow should be shared with everyone.
I'm watching this and I'm like,
May the light of the holy detonation purify you. Join us, Rangers.
like I definitely want to watch the walkthrough of that.
With new patches, bug fixes, and added features, like a fine wine, Wasteland 3 just gets better with age. To really savor the game's bouquet, we're talking with inXile game director David Rogers. David, thank you for joining us.
I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks.
So
Looks
in the
like
trailer, we saw that the DLC
Gillette.
is coming out on October 5th. But
See,
you know,
what we
you
did
know,
is we took
inXile,
the original
Wasteland
Fallout
3,
games
you
and-
guys have been working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about that journey?
Yeah, our dev team has been working nonstop,
Yeah,
full
it actually
tilt,
does.
trying to
Kinda
make
bad.
Wasteland
Such a
over the past year since its release.
David, we gotta
added
update your
features,
style, all right?
balance, we listened to the community, we fixed bugs, added stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute absolute best version of the game. And if
Yeah,
you've
those
never
rings
played
on
it
his
before,
hands
now's an
scream
awesome
illusionist.
time to jump in.
Yeah, fact.
Some illusionist rings. Give him a couple buffs.
Backstage motion juggling.
Now this
shit.
DLC,
Bro, he's got the orb. You know that fucking. He's like,
now, talk about that.
Wasabi orb, whatever the fuck is some Japanese.
The motion juggler. What's this
motion
called?
juggler?
Yeah.
Yo.
Right. So you've heard
I'm
of
fucking dead.
Cheyenne
Pull
Mountain,
that
right?
up.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain
Is it real?
This,
And he's got the
top-secret
rat tail.
military
No, he's got
complex
that's a
buried
full
deep
tail.
in the heart of
Hey,
Cheyenne
buddy,
Mountains
nice
in the middle
ponytail.
of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter. And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find 2 warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this pre-war science experiment that they worship as a god.
Yeah.
And, these cultists are insane, they're mutated, they've gone totally mad, and all they want to do is share the holy radiation with you and your entire ranger team. How generous.
Yeah, that sounds a lot cooler than some of the
Something's
cults I
getting
may have
revealed
joined
though
in the
today.
past.
I know
But
that.
There better be
this
more
is
talks.
typical Wasteland
I'm
fashion.
telling you,
We're
Twitter.
really gonna be able to get into
Twitter
it.
sphere.
Right. So you and your ranger team insert yourself right smack dab in the middle of their holy war, which, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
And this is a wasteland game, so you decide everything. Choice and consequence is our bread and butter. And so you decide who lives, who dies, who gets screwed over, who takes charge. You're deciding the fate of the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne
Yeah, that's the
Mountain,
thing.
and ultimately all of
Wasteland is
Colorado.
apparently like
This
really
is
big on
your
like their
game to
narrative
craft
and
mold.
the choices you
awesome.
make
So
having a
the
big
last
effect. So
expansion
that's
was the Battle
that's
of
pretty
Steel
cool.
Town,
That's really
right?
cool.
You had giant robots and things like that. So, what are you going to do to actually top something like that from the last expansion?
Right. So we wanted returning players to find something that they could never find in another version or like in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland-style dungeon crawl. And in there you find this awesome mix of mystery, exploration. You're meeting these crazy cultists who have been locked in this like pre-war time capsule, and some of the raddest boss battles we have ever been able to build in a Wasteland game.
That's awesome. I want to get back to the crazy cultists, but talk to me about these big boss battles. I want to hear more about that.
Right. So we took the best parts of Wasteland combat and we breathed new life into it with objective-based combat, which are basically super rad boss battles. It's no longer you're like huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on murderous rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job done. And so now combat doesn't end until the mission is over. We send you on proper combat missions. You're in there breaking into prisons, rescuing POWs. You're disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals. You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never have had to before. Like everyone on your team has a job, and I really think this is going to take old players who know their ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging mentally in a way we haven't been able to really do before with just straight up murder combat.
Now, Wasteland has a reputation for getting a little silly.
Right.
What are some of the weird characters we can expect in some of the story encounters we'll see in the game?
Yeah, with Cult of the Holy Detonation, we really got to cut our devs loose and just let them be creative and fun and silly. Like Exile's modus operandi is if we're like brainstorming and something makes us laugh, we just put it in the game. That's just how we do it, and we pick up the pieces afterwards. Because we want to make something that entertains us, and then we know if we're having fun, our fans are going to have fun along with us. And so we got to explore, like really letting you get deep into this like weird radiation cult and let you interact with them and talk with them and tell stories and like maybe even join them. And so like for instance, one of the characters you meet, one of the first cultists you meet is this slathering beast. He's got like claws and fangs and spikes jutting out, and he's drooling, but he's like the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. Like you meet him and he's like, hey guys, you should like come in here and like soak up some of these rads, it'll be great. And he Sherpas you in and lets you meet the whole cult. And another one of my favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get if you took like 20 cultists and you like melted them into a big pile, kind of like I would do this with like a magnifying glass. I would like melt like army guys and like GI Joes into a big pile. And he's wet and sloppy and gross and he's hard to understand and he needs a translator supposedly. But he's like your #1 fan. And getting to build like this totally out there wild extreme character was a ton of fun to write for. It's a ton of fun to like explore like what makes this cult tick, and he's an absolute blast. Hell, even some of the weapons that you find in Cheyenne Mountain, they're devolved cultists. Like there's one guy and he kind of devolved into this like vomiting bagpipe creature, and he has this real like kill me vibe about him. But we get to play with these fun body horror themes that let us jackknife between sort of like dark and serious and like goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really loves to ride. Like, you know, a lot of really important stuff is at stake, but, you know, the Wasteland's a pretty bizarre place.
Oh, I can imagine. Now, we talked before, you've been working on Wasteland 3 for a while. There's already expansions that are out there. But say I'm a new player. Say I'm watching this right now and I'm like, man, I want to get into Wasteland 3. What would you suggest for new players wanting to get into this?
And like I said at the top, like Wasteland is like the best version of itself right now because of all the work we've put into it over the past year. And so you can get the whole thing with the Colorado collection. That's the base game plus Cult of the Holy Detonation and Battle of Steel Town, all for a discount. Or if you have Game Pass, you already have Wasteland 3. Just download it and play it, and then you can get both expansions with the expansion pass.
That is awesome. Now, to kind of recap this a little bit, we've talked about, you know, spewing pus bags and these weird characters and the cults and the boss battles and all these really cool things that are going to be in Wasteland 3. But please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can you pick up this DLC?
Right, this Work of Passion, it comes out on October 5th. And we're really stoked.
That is awesome. So this is the Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Cult of the Holy
Detonation coming October 5th. David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Barish. Appreciate it.
All right. In the 3 years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including unique ship sets inspired by games like Battletoads,
Is it just
State
one?
of Decay,
It was just the one. Stop the cap.
Today,
All right, it is just one. And it was a great one for all of an hour.
That will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest wild crossover heading to Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this event begins tomorrow. So get ready to make some mayhem, and let's get our first look at this very special ship.
Just Elizabeth Swan. That's it. Wow, Borderlands.
Is it? No.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's fucking Borderlands, bro.
It does look like the Borderlands.
That looks like the Borderlands. That's the Borderlands symbol. Yep, that's Claptrap. That's Claptrap. Fucking hoe. Borderlands, you're a fucking hoe.
So you know who set this up?
Randy Pitchford.
He took all the licensing money.
He's just like, everyone.
Do it. Spent it all the money at Dan Flash's.
This guy looks at Dan Flash's every day. There's a $2,000 shirt there at Dan Flash's. The patterns are crazy.
To reveal that we're bringing the
he's fucked, bro. It's actually so fucking whack.
Inspired by Borderlands into Sea of Thieves, and we're giving all of our players a chance to earn it during kind of the Gamescom time period. So it's been really cool to work with the Borderlands team to bring this ship to life and giving all of our players the chance to earn it as part of this live event. We've cunningly titled Mayhem. You might notice the link.
Hit him some
the kind of activities that are involved. But if you head to Lorena at any of the outposts in the Sea of Thieves world, she'll be able to fill you in on the details of what you need to go do to earn the ship set. So
cell shading on cell shading on cell shading. I can't.
Awesome time limit.
I can't deal with it.
So it starts today. And it runs through to September the 7th. So that's the time period you've got to get your hands on the Mayhem ship set.
Yeah,
and I think that's it from me. So as always, I will see you on the seas.
If you actually still get excited for Borderlands in the year 2021, there's something fucking wrong with you. There's something bad.
There's that Borderlands game coming
out. You know what? You know what? We talked it up. I don't think we'll follow through.
The State of Decay?
Hope. It's always
State of Decay 2 update coming.
No, that's all you. But ooh, I like it. I like it whenever my zombies start running.
State of Decay is pretty good.
That brings us back together.
It was like PUBG with a mix of
zombies. Just like you got your base building going as well too.
That one torn off the guy's head as well too, along with the zombie.
Hope is the greatest weapon we have.
It's got like a permadeath system too.
Yeah, and you pick up new characters, like survivors in your crew, whatever. You have to find a new survivors to basically get a life, though, right? Or is it just like random?
Well, whoever's at your camp.
Yeah. Let's say like you just started camp and you just died, and you just get a fresh
So probably.
Yeah. Once you gain more survivors. Each of them comes with their own little buffs or anything like that? Or they're all just kind of vanilla?
They do come with buffs and stuff.
Per character? That's pretty good.
Yeah. Like you'll have some people who are better at like with ranged weapons, better with melee.
That's pretty decent.
Wait, what was that? Homecoming?
Well, just like zombies themselves, it seems everything old is new.
Homecoming. It's always Middle America. That's Homecoming,
we have a guest
right?
to walk us through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wanda Russell.
Tired of wandering around places
Hello,
that look
I'm
like
great.
the middle of my
It's great
country.
to be here, talk about the Homecoming update releasing on September 1st. We are very excited to get this into players' hands.
You are indeed. So let's talk about the Homecoming update. Obviously, we are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update, back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen because you're adorable.
So Heartland is the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear, narrative-driven experience. You know, players couldn't move their communities there. So that's all changed with the Trumbull Valley map. It is the 5th core open world map. It's fully remastered, and it expands into 2 territories that were completely inaccessible in Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their communities, start new communities there, and really start exploring everything that the new map has to offer.
So then would Homecoming be a sequel then to Heartland?
Yeah, exactly right. So the events in Heartland kind of play out. You see what happens in Trumbull Valley. So we think of it as the 3rd part of our Trumbull saga that began with the original State of Decay game, continued into Heartland, and now we see what has happened since then and what storylines might be coming to a close. So there is a lot for players to discover, a lot of environmental storytelling to find, and you know, things have changed. So this isn't the Trumbull Valley that players might remember. So that's going to be exciting.
Interesting. Well, and anytime you expand something like Trumbull Valley, you just have to have a juggernaut of content, pun intended. Talk to me a little bit about what some of those things are that players can get in on here now in the expanded Trumbull Valley.
Yes, a ton of new content. In fact, we're doing something unique with the Trumbull Valley map. There are items there that you can only find on that map and nowhere else in the game, including 12 new hats and outfits, 10 new very cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement hunters. And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be available from the bounty broker across all maps. And I have to say, they are some of the coolest weapons I have ever seen go into the game. I'm so excited for people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who sees that second pun of the day. That works out great. Well, let's talk about the State of Decay community, because it's absolutely an integral part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay being on Xbox Game Pass, how has that impacted the community? How has that impacted the game? Talk to me about those.
It's been fantastic, and you know, we have an amazing community. We love them so much. In fact, one of the reasons we're doing Trumbull Valley as a map is because it was one of the most requested features from the community, which also makes it very exciting for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime players.
10 million lifetime hang your hat on that. I absolutely love that.
Really grateful.
Incredible, amazing news. Congratulations to you and the entire team at Undead Labs, man. Fantastic work. Well, speaking of Xbox Game Pass, let's give me the deets one more time when it comes to the update.
So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay 2 owners, and it's included with Xbox Game Pass. Happy Homecoming.
I love it. Thank you, Wonder, very much.
My pleasure.
Now we move from Trumbull Valley to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical location trades zombies for ancient warrior clans, forgotten temples of long-dead god kings, and a healthy dose of hack and slash. All this awaits in Stray Blade.
Ooh, 5 of 5. Oh, and I'm out.
No, I'm in.
I'm good.
It's gonna be fun.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Reminds me of Infinity Blade.
Reminds me of Kings of Amalur mixed with Infinity Blade, which I guess is an okay one. Oh, is that motherfucker from Biomutant? That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
In Stray Blade, you discover the mystical Lost Valley of Akria, a world which ranges from overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. A game
I rate the
world
jacket
that
my
changes
man's
based
got
on
on.
your victory.
I'm looking at it right now, bro. Looking at it right now.
The jacket's a fit. It's a fit.
Looking at it right now.
Let me see that. Y'all caught that?
Between the
They got PlayStation. They got Sony one like that. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down.
That's fucked. That's crazy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Leonard Kausch, game director.
I said you salute the drip, not the man.
Trying to get that jacket.
Facts, bro. Same man said trend. You just follow fashion, eh, Gabe?
Who's exploring
Love follow fashion.
Of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf named Boji. Unveil the history of the Forgotten Valley, muster the powers of the 3 Akrian metals to restore
this guy's trying to make Greedfall and Jack and Daxter. It's like Greedfall and Jack and Daxter put together.
As well as the what?
Bang!
Gotcha. Exploration are the 2 key elements.
This man looks like
game.
Blinks.
Let's dive.
Remember Blinks? You remember Vex?
That's too much. That's too far back. You're thinking about Gex? He's gone.
With split-second blade-to-blade reactions.
That's the Conqueror that you're allowed to play.
Melee weapon combat. To achieve that, we put our
those monsters remind me of Dauntless.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like it.
No,
because I did like.
If you did like Dauntless, you still be playing Dauntless.
Can be combined to fit
you got some new shit
I played
there.
enough Dauntless.
Everyone played enough Dauntless. It's still around though.
Akria's colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons.
I like that it's simple graphics, but it's polished very, like it's clean.
I want my next Overlord game to look like this, bro. That's what I want. You gonna make some shit like this? Make your new Overlord game, Codemasters. Huh? Piece of shit. I know you have that IP slinking around somewhere.
Time keeps moving forward. Enemies can't stay dead. New foes invade camps that you weakened. And when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain. The change you brought shapes what now awaits you.
That's pretty cool.
And of course, get ready for epic boss fights.
Yo, the Windbreaker's only $61.
That's it? That's affordable. That's good.
That is affordable.
That's good. You may have to put a cop on that. Then you could be a real suckle up and just take all the man's style. I rate it. I don't care. I rate it. It's a sick jacket.
It's 40% off.
40% off?
As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly
Is it a cop or drop?
All they have is XXL.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy.
It'll be a little bit long, but
that has you
long the arm. Dude, you don't want to get past the knuckles. Start getting up to the knuckle area. You've gone too far.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox.
They also have an Xbox icons
not
as
a
well.
direct port, meaning that the UI controls have been refined.
You show it to the camera. I'll look at it on this screen over here.
You'll be able to see.
Not to mention bringing the grand strategy experience to my comfy living room couch.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough. Check out Crusader Kings 3 now, coming to Xbox consoles.
Yo, is he wearing the Vessi Bops too? Is he wearing the Vessi Bops?
Yeah.
Paradox.
My son, we must never forget the crimes committed against us. Your father sought his glorious revenge.
What's this now?
Crusader Kings 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tired of these strategy games.
Nah, man. Strategy games where it's at. I want to figure out strategy console games. This is good. It's good shit. Want it. I just want Total War. I just don't want this.
With daggers, not swords.
Yeah, but even time's a boring ass fucking time. I don't care what anyone says. Didn't get cool until you started going on the Crusades and figured out gunpowder and shit. Like, actually became, you know, it's fun.
Generations.
Crusades is cool.
You see, real strategy requires cunning.
Crusader Kings 3 is wild. You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
Well, it's nice to have hobbies. We've all gotten into some weird stuff this past year.
Weird like diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes projected into a psychedelic 60s wonderland kind of weird?
Exactly that kind of weird, which means I am
That was
so
a good read.
excited
I
for
could tell this guy
Psychonauts
to
to
read
finally
that pretty
get
hard to follow along. I watched his eyes, but
There really
you know,
is
I
something
need the same
special
thing
about
too.
Psychonauts, isn't it?
There There really is indeed. Now, think about this. 2005, when Psychonauts originally came out, was a different time for gaming. Most of the biggest games that year, we're talking Resident Evil 4, Battlefield 2, Call of Duty 2. They were great games, for sure. But they were all big, beefy shooter games.
Meanwhile, Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. It was an oasis of color and humanity in an era when games were increasingly turning grimy, dark, and combative.
Not to mention having some deceptively deep character moments.
That's why the original is considered a cult classic.
It has been a long time coming, and it is finally here.
All
Enjoy
right,
this long-awaited launch trailer.
It's because it's one of the only platformers on fucking Xbox that has a sick deep lore. Okay, for its time.
Oh, it's coming to PS5 as well.
No, Psychonauts 2?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
I just saw a trailer this morning.
No way.
Yeah, and I was like,
I thought they were gonna hold that down.
I thought so too.
They should have held that down.
It's coming tomorrow as well to PlayStation 5.
That's not good for them.
I don't think it matters at this point. But fuck, bro, didn't we already see this trailer?
I think so.
I'm the new intern, and today is my first day on the job.
I can't wait to play this.
Get ready, it's gonna be good, man.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
You did what? Can we just...
No. Quit picking on the new kid. We were all new once, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target. And I've got eyes on me.
This guy's in the... What's that place in Get Out?
Sunken Place.
The Sunken Place. Ah!
Oh boy.
It wouldn't be the first time the Psychonauts underestimated Maligula's power.
Fire! Leave it to me.
Stand back, mother. Oh, sweet, Jack Black's gonna be in that one too.
Oh, really? Dope. My eyes were closed.
Well, it's clear I could not be more excited for Psychonauts 2 because I gotta be honest, me and that original game, we got some beef that needs settling. If you know, you know. The meat circus level, it is infamous, it is brutal, it is difficult to say the least. It's the final level of the original game that came out.
There's a joke there.
And I cannot believe I'm doing the math on this one. 16 years ago.
Damn.
Tim Schafer and Lizette T-Tree Montgomery. I am definitely dating myself, but
Tim
you all,
Schafer.
welcome from Double Fine Productions. Good. Thank you so much for being here. Tim, can you believe it has been 16 years? I almost said 19 years.
Yeah, it feels like only yesterday, but it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans, it meant a lot to them. And so we really want to be true to the spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the same voice actors, and we also have a lot of people on the team here that worked on the first game, as well as bringing on a bunch of new people like Lisette.
Thank you. It was really important for us to carry the legacy forward, especially the cool style of Wonk that is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of Wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back a bit. Of course, this can be kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French Bulldog memes. Am I correct, Tim?
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there?
Soccer one, right?
What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz has the power of astral projection. And when he goes in, he gets to fight those monsters and help people deal with their nightmares and wrestle with their inner demons. And so there's a ton of variety, and there's a lot of anything goes. We can go to any location, we can have any art style, and coming up with new levels for the second game was really fun to do.
Well, I loved it from the first game, certainly. Lizette, let's talk a little bit about how that kind of concept expresses itself in the game world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got it all over the place, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really important for us to carry forward the unique brain worlds and unique levels from the first game and the unique style as well. So we were really focused on how we could bring forward that style in Wonk and also bring in new levels and enemies.
Now, of course, it wouldn't be Psychonauts without new mental demons. And I'm sure it's happening in Psychonauts 2. What does this mean? Does it mean basically is that we're finally able to slap COVID anxiety in the face?
Well, I don't know if you get to slap anxiety in your face, but you definitely get to slap some panic attacks, and COVID definitely caused a lot of those. In addition to panic attacks, some of our old enemies have also come back. Our sensors are our favorites, and they're definitely here. And in addition to that, we also have our doubts. And some new enemies. There's our lovely sensor. Also, some regrets.
That's pretty cool.
Some flying regrets. There are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging. Our doubts are our slow, sticky melee enemy. You're also seeing our enabler here. He is it energizes our whole combat troop. So we have a whole cast that you can battle and fight with.
Including the new bad mood.
Including the bad mood.
Which is
the electric storm of feelings that you have to fight.
Now, for those who haven't played the original, available now on Xbox Game Pass, by the way, wink. Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Raz is, he has some very special skills. He has two whole sets of skills, one being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance on tightropes, jump on trampolines, swing on trapezes, and that helps him navigate and get around to all kinds of interesting places. But he also has this other side to his personality, which is that he's a powerful psychic. So he can levitate objects, he can use telekinesis and pyrokinesis. He has these powers, which people might recognize from the first game, as well as 3 new powers for the second game. He has the ability to mentally connect
some of the
thoughts
best
together,
designs.
and he can connect 2 thoughts and actually connect 2 thoughts together to solve puzzles and to navigate in this game. He has the power of time bubble, which is just change and slow down how things are moving by changing people's perception of time. And he also has the power of projection, which allows him to pull an archetype, a personality, out of his unconscious mind and bring it into the world that he's in, like a companion in battle or in puzzle solving.
But let's talk about the story for a second, because as the original Psychonauts, we saw Raz training to be part of an organization, and now perhaps he's part of a whole organization at this point. And are there other brain agents, other Psychonauts out there that maybe grew up in a completely different circus?
Yeah, we have a lot of new characters in this game.
We do. We have a lot of new characters in this game. As soon as Raz arrives on the headquarters, he immediately gets introduced to the interns. And the interns quickly tell him and show him how he fits into the organization.
The bottom.
They're right down at the bottom.
And so earn his way back to the top again. Character? He's no longer the coolest.
They got foresight. I need some hindsight.
And much to his chagrin, his entire family, his entire embarrassing circus clothes wearing family comes to visit him in front of all his new friends. And so the interns find out that he's the awkward middle child of a circus family. Each one of them has their own quirks and foibles, and some of them are even psychic. And so a lot of their story gets told in this game, including their backstory and how it relates to the foundation of the Psychonauts themselves.
Well, I like that. And of course, like as you might know already, I'm sold. But
Raven.
you, of course, already knew that. When can myself and the rest of the world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
You can get back to the beef and play Psychonauts 2 on August 25th on Xbox Game Pass and PC.
There it is. Lizette, Tim from Double Fine, thank you so much. And you know what? Extend a huge congratulations to everyone at Double Fine on the launch of Psychonauts 2.
Thank you so much. We're very excited.
Thank you.
And you can catch more of Tim Schafer and ask him those burning questions about the newest game
like
in the fan-favorite franchise.
They did not fuck with each other at all.
Tomorrow, but first,
Tim's trying to be cool, and I don't know who she is, but
to cleaning up Alien Planet.
The
gunk.
Extremely satisfying 4K 60 trailer for The Gunk.
I don't like this weather. I'm pretty sure the ship's insurance won't cover
release date.
Oh
no, I figure out what this gunk's going on. Looks like a real It Takes Two sort of adventure.
Everything here. This planet is literally a paradise when the gunk's gone.
likes. We have talked about so many incredible games today, and it's hard to pick a favorite, but let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2 is expanding Trumbull Valley. Come on. And hey, you know what? Great job on that Flight Sim interview.
Oh, thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast, and Flight Sim is such a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally letting me travel the world. But I was staring daggers of jealousy watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this, I understand, but you got to play Psychonauts 2 already, so I don't even want to hear it.
That's true, but it's not the same as talking to the creators. Just trust me when I tell you, be excited for Psychonauts 2.
I will say this as well, I am excited to see even more of Psychonauts 2 on our Xbox Plays streams.
Sad to get a hold of that.
Yes, don't forget, Xbox Plays will recap all the week's news throughout the week at twitch.tv/Xbox, so make sure to check that out. Before Kate and I let Playground Games take the wheel, let me just say that it has been our distinct pleasure to chat games and nerd out with everyone today.
Oh, it's hands down the best part of the job, for sure.
But we're far from done here.
Too true. Now, in June, Playground Games announced that Forza Horizon 5, the highly anticipated follow-up to 2018's breakout hit open-world driving game Forza Horizon 4, arrives on November 9th on Xbox consoles, Xbox Game Pass for console, PC, and cloud, and of course, Steam.
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And if you're already watching on Twitch or one of the Forza channels, stay right where you are.
Without further ado, let's dive in, starting with the new custom Forza Horizon 5 controller, which is available for pre-order today, so players can have it in hand by November 9th when the standard edition of the game launches.
Let's see this controller.
It's gonna be ass, bro. It's gonna be so ass.
From what I see. Oh,
you get to see into it? Hot garbage.
That's sick, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's gonna be super trash. So trash. Oh my god, it's so garbage. Oh my god, it's so shit. There's not even any haptics in it.
It's got haptics in the
No,
triggers.
it's not the same. It's not the same.
Oh, it's got like a steering wheel grip at the back.
That's pretty cool.
It's a sick controller.
Go
bro.
out and drive your car.
Bro, it's a sick controller.
Nah, I just gotta hate because I'll never appreciate playing a game that's just driving. Except for Most Wanted.
Jeez, that's a pretty sweet controller.
Nah, bro. The only controllers I ever see through were the Mad Cat ones, and we all know those are garbage. Look at that spider going down by your foot.
Here, and I'm
no, right there.
Games with Forza
Right there.
Horizon
Right.
creator Mark Brown and Forza Horizon art director Don Arcetta. Hello.
The spider on her head. No, it's her hair.
Hi,
everyone.
Hi,
Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hello. How cool is this?
That is stunning. Look at that. Well, we obviously just saw a really cool video about it.
Oh my God,
and
it's
I'll be
moving
the
closer.
first to say
Yeah,
it was
it's
an
close.
amazing
You're
influence
kill
of
it.
Mexican
Kill it,
car
spider.
culture and music, literally splayed right across the front. Isn't that right?
Dead.
Absolutely. It just feels like it's a part of the Horizon Festival, like it's just dropped out of the game into your lap.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love it.
And there's so much
Feel
we
like
do
this
want to show
controller
the
dropped off
fans,
your
and
head
it's
onto
quite
my lap,
difficult
bro.
to decide where to start.
That's
So
what it
can you
is.
maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of fun and freedom to beautiful and vibrant Mexico. Players are going to set out across the largest, most diverse open world we've ever built in hundreds of the world's most beautiful and exciting cars.
Yeah, and people think that Mexico is just a desert or a beach, but there's so much more to it, isn't there?
That's right. Even though it does have pretty awesome beaches and a number of amazing deserts, it also has vast canyons, hidden temples, awesome, beautiful historic cities, and even a towering snow-capped volcano, the highest point we've ever had in a Horizon game.
So you've talked about how Forza Horizon 5 showcases powerful, all-new graphical features, but what more can you tell us about that?
So yeah, our Mexican HDR sky captures really illuminate the world to the point where you feel like you're really there. And thanks to the Xbox Series X and S, ray tracing is utilized in Forza
anything going on after this?
to really make our cars look more
this might
true
be the
to
end
real
of
life.
it.
I think so.
You'll encounter the smallest of details as you travel throughout the world, all rendered in striking realism.
Oh, that's such an exciting overview. I cannot wait. And next up is something we know that Forza Horizon fans have definitely been waiting for the most. Mike, what exactly is that?
Jump the Rio Grande.
That's right. We are about to reveal the cover of Forza Horizon 5, featuring the incredible Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. Take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see this Ford Bronco in this fucking...
Ooh, I want to see that Bronco.
That's
Bronco's
the Mercedes?
dope. Bronco's dope. I want to see the Bronx. That does look pretty sick, though. Ah, here we go. There we go. That was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think it might just be like the... What was that Ghost Recon?
Those are two very different ways
Badlands
to
map
so I want to know
painted
is
over.
why those two cars were chosen
Give it a
and
4K
what players
finish?
can expect when they get behind the wheel.
I don't know.
Yeah, so those differences are exactly why we chose them. The Mercedes AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology almost one-to-one from track to the street. And with the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, that's primed for rugged off-roading across Mexico's vast terrain.
And I'm certain people can't wait to see more of what these cars can do in the game, so I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer. Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes, so in a few moments' time, we'll be kicking off a Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5. But before that, we have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. And in typical Horizon fashion, we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo planes, and a race under beautiful Mexican skies all the way to the Horizon Festival. Should we check it out?
I think we should.
Hey, they're about to drop this motherfucker out of a plane. What do you think this is? Fast 5?
Oh, wait. Don't forget your family.
That's pretty sick.
This is how you're gonna intro the game still. Ah, okay.
That's fucking sick.
Here we go.
Gotta go to the Baja Circuit.
Here we take control of the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands atop of the towering snow-capped Gran Caldera volcano.
See you on the other side!
Jeez. That's remember Drive Club? Drive Club's not paying me now.
And we like the crew.
Crew was cool because you could play as like planes and boats and cars too.
You also had the entire continental. No, not wait.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, continental United States.
Yeah, the crew was crazy.
That's wild. Surprised I didn't have more legs. That looks really cool. I do like the transition to more of the desert locale, classic Mexico, what we think of. I just want to see that rich jungle. I want to see the transitions.
By the beach now? Yeah.
Woo.
Jeez.
Woo, right in the rally.
They're about to drop the fucking the Mercedes out of here too? That's not good. What?
Lovely day for a drive.
Oh, Sandstorm coming up. Nice.
So now we see the 2020 Corvette Stingray tearing up the asphalt towards a dust storm in the Mexican farmland.
Outtrack the storm. Sigue adelante.
I do like this setting better than the last Forza.
Yeah.
I was not down for like the
England European.
Yeah.
It is the UK strictly.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. The whole thing.
Just fucking cobblestone streets and like fucking brick wall fences everywhere.
Ugh. We do not care.
Okay, there's no other way around. We've got to go through it.
Jeez, get that Fury Road going. That's fucking dope. Oh, that was sick.
For the eye of the storm.
Another one?
Okay, on my mark. 5, 4. 4 now, that's fine.
There you go. This is what I want to see.
This could get a little rough. Touchdown! Not even a scratch. The jungle awaits.
Next up is the Porsche 911 Desert Flyer, crashing through the dense jungle tree canopy.
Flamingos!
I for sure thought we would have seen some Halo Infinite stuff. I just get a
bro.
A release date.
Thinking a lot of things, bro. Thinking, where's Todd Howard? You got Tim Schafer. That's pretty good, though. You know.
But there's still opening night live tomorrow.
That's true. What time's opening night live tomorrow?
It's like something mad early. Like it might be like fucking 11 a.m.
No, 11 a.m. over there is like 2 over here.
No, 11 a.m. here.
11 a.m. here? Let's make the come on back.
I'll swing back round and guide you through the bridge.
This is dope, but like, man's gonna be playing a Just Cause and be just as happy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? As much as I love these Latin locales, I'm trying to shoot a motherfucker. Alright? I'm just trying to shoot a motherfucker in the face. You know? That's my video game experience.
You're not gonna believe your eyes when you see this. Keep going.
Oh, Baja California? Is that the little thing that hangs off?
Yeah, that's Baja.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Mexico goes like this and goes boop, and then the rest of it goes like that.
Yeah.
It's Baja. And where'd they get the Mountain Dew Baja Blast from? Fucking mod.
Geez, what? It landed on just a residential street that like.
That's how you can roll in Mexico, bro. You just pay off the cartels, you're good. Like, yo.
We had the stunning Mercedes AMG 1 at
I bet you all the guys have to like go through each town and pay off the local fucking cartel leads. You're like, all right, we're gonna take some satellite pictures or whatever. Or some Google Maps pays these motherfuckers to take pictures of this location, bro. Superstar. I want the DLC Supercar. That's what I want, Forza. Give me that
How do you make
Supercar.
that? How do you make that turn at 160? Then? Come on. I know if this was me playing, I'm not making this turn.
Facts.
Not making that turn at 100.
196? He's listing though. It's more of a lazily list to the left. You know what I mean? That's a turn.
Wouldn't have made that.
I
would have skirted out.
Nah, you're not hopping back in there. You're not sick with it.
He's racing the plane right now?
No, he's racing this guy. Oh.
No, he's racing
the plane?
Yeah.
Damn, who are you? Who are you?
This guy's to drive back into the plane.
This guy's whipping the festival like that. No one else is coming with that energy.
He beat the plane. Oh, man.
Let's go. That was it. That's it. This is how we're kicking off Gamescom. The pre-kickoff to Gamescom. Xbox coming out first. What did you see that you like, Gabe?
I like the gunk.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play that something blade.
The same? No.
One that kind of looks like an Infinity Blade.
Yeah, with Max with Gauntlet, yeah, and Fable and shit like that. Yeah. That one looks pretty cool. I gotta say, yeah. Two of those indie games I forget already spiked my interest. Wasteland, maybe more interested in checking out the Wasteland.
Yeah.
What's it called Cult of the Detonation DLC looked pretty decent.
It looked pretty decent.
Yeah, and then Psychonauts 2.
Excited to crack into that tomorrow.
Cracking in on that tomorrow, buddy. You're gonna finish that up. From the beginning of their stream, what else did they show? Not too much. Missing my Starfield, right? That should have been shown. I don't know why they're not trying to talk about that more, but you know. What else? Dying Light 2. We got some good Dying Light 2 content as well too.
Yeah. I thought it was cool that they're showing off that the cloud gaming stuff is coming.
Yeah.
The consoles now. That's pretty cool. Excited about that. It's also cool, like in regards now that some studios are aware that there's the cloud gaming now. They don't have to exactly develop games for the Xbox One as well as the Xbox Series X. They're going to be able to just focus on the current gen versions.
Yeah. Just make it the base, and then from there, everyone can enjoy it at whatever their quality levels they would like to, which opens up accessibility, which is the point of gaming. You gotta be accessible to everyone, right? And
exactly.
You know, if they're making a good streaming service from there, I can't be nothing but happy about it, right? More games and more hands, more people around the world. You know, gaming across America and the world.
Yeah, but that kind of wraps it up for us too here with our Item 9 reacts to Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream. We'll be back here tomorrow, of course.
First day Gamescom.
Opening night live.
Let's fucking go.
And we'll probably be streaming some Psychonauts later. I don't know if I'm feeling to pick up Aliens Fireteam.
Yo, I watched a couple reviews on that.
Like I'm
not dropping $53 to play this fucking game. There's no way in hell I'm dropping $53 to play that. It's a hard sell. You're gonna be playing the first hour or so, and it's gonna be some Back 4 Dead. No, it's gonna be some Back 4 Blood shit. You know what I mean?
That's what the whole game is, though.
I know, but I'm not gonna drop $53 for that. I can drop $39. I can drop $29.99. I can drop $35.99. I ain't dropping $53.99 for that.
I thought it's $49
in America.
Oh,
not in Canada, my man. That's $53.
Yeah.
I already copped the Arkham City and Arkham Asylum bundle for $29. I was like, let's fucking do it. I'm going back to the Batman days.
Yeah, but definitely be here with the Psychonauts stuff going on
for sure.
Yeah, so you guys can tune into that for that. Tomorrow, and thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you guys all